Shout out to the rewatch gang, because you're probably going to be the only folks that are going to see this point of the live stream. I was out with my wife, and we just got home. Therefore, like literally walked in the door at 9 p.m. Jimmy, how you doing, Jimmy? Look, woo woo, freshy McFresherson batch of the clear, and my cup, and a Rockstar. Zero sugar, 200 and some odd milligrams of caffeine. Yeah, 240 milligrams of caffeine. I'll take it. All right, Jimmy, how you doing, man? Jimmy, you know it's funny. My wife and I were at dinner, and our appetizer came in a skillet that was probably, I guess it was 4 or 5 inches round. And she said, you need to hit up Jimmy and see if he'll send you a skillet from his collection. So we were talking about you at dinner. I'm like, Jimmy? And I'm like, oh yeah, he does have, take the skillet off the wall and send it my way. Or our way. Well, you don't need to do that, Jimmy. Definitely don't need to do that. But if you have a extra vintage, like a small skillet, feel free. But if you have only if you have like extras, because I don't want to take one off the wall that is potentially be used, because we're going to use it. I told her that I would look for one soon. So we shall see what I can find at some point. How's everybody doing? Oh boy. You going? Uh-oh. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. Man, it's been a few weeks since I had some of the good stuff. Wow. Woo. That is... I need to mix it up. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. Jimmy, how you doing, man? How was your time away? You were away last week, Jimmy? She's in the fam too. Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate that. So let's see. Who do we have on the live stream? If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I do apologize for the, I won't say notice, but I wasn't sure I was going to make it home in time for 9 p.m. So that's why I did not start or, post a notification earlier, because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. I did make it here just in, like I said, on the skin of my teeth, or by the skin of my teeth. So really want to say thank you to you guys who are here, because I appreciate you. Let me make sure that the live stream is working out okay. Content and live. We're doing it live. Alright, hey, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Alright. I see Jimmy's here. Who else do we have? I see 4 folks watching. Please let me know who you are. Victor says howdy, Dash and Jimmy. Victor, I got your message. I'm trying to think what I was doing. I can't remember if I was like trying to lay down and go to sleep, or if I was driving when I got your message yesterday, and then I totally forgot to get back to you. Was it yesterday or was it the day before yesterday? But I got your message, Victor. Yay. We shall see. Chaji says, I'm here, sorry, ordering food. So I can't even be mad at that. Like I said, I just got home. We went to a place called Stanford Grill. It was pretty good, actually. It's I don't even know how to explain it. it's not really a high-end restaurant, but they're like one of these restaurants that's managed by a group, and there are, so it would be like a sidestep from like Carrabba's, because I won't say it's a step up from, it's definitely a step up from Outback, and it's not necessarily a step up from Carrabba's. It's like a sidestep from Carrabba's, but it's a local. I'm pretty sure it's a local, say chain, but a local restaurant group to Baltimore, and there are at least 3 restaurants that are in this group of restaurants, and I'm not sure if it's a national thing or not. He said, not yesterday. Heck, I remember sending you something, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, it was current event type stuff, Victor. You were saying something about something, and I briefly looked at the message, and like I said, it was something. But anyway, hopefully everybody is doing well. Shout out to Bumpy and the Rewatch gang. Hopefully you guys are doing well. And I apologize again for the, I won't say late notification, but lack of notification. My wife and I went out to, well, we were going to get dinner. My wife wanted some fish tonight for dinner, so we went to it's a soul food spot. What up, Dave from Blind Man Cooking? I'm waving at you, Dave. How you doing, man? We went to like a soul food spot. Place is called Granny's, and if you're ever in the Baltimore area and you want like a good spot to go to, unfortunately, since the pandemic, they have not opened up their dining room, so it's carry out only. But it's a full service restaurant, drinks included, and the place is called Granny's. But it's in Owings Mills. So Quentin, if Quentin is here or Quentin shows up, highly recommend Granny's. It is fantastic. When I say soul food, it is fantastic soul food stuff. So Jimmy says, Dave! So, but we went there, and we really like, they have a lake trout. And I went in and I ordered the lake trout, and the lady's like, I'm so sorry, we're sold out. I just sold the last one, a few moments ago. And I'm like, man, on the way up there, I'm telling my wife, go ahead and place the order online. Place the order online. And she's like, no, I feel like when you place the order online, because you have to go through Grubhub or DoorDash, whatever, they charge you a premium on the price of the orders. And I'm like, okay, all right. We lost out. So then, because that's what we wanted, we were going up there specifically for the lake trout. Oh my goodness, Jimmy said he picked out 2 already. I will let her know, Jimmy. Well, you give us the whichever one is less sentimental. I don't know how to put that. But so we went specifically up there to go to get this trout. And like I said, we get there, and the lady's like, we're out. I'm like, no. She said, would you like catfish? No, I don't want no damn catfish. I wanted the lake trout. It's a big old piece of lake trout. 2 pieces of lake trout. But no. So then we're sitting there, and my wife says, well, how about we go to, and we went to like a sit-down restaurant, versus we were going to take this, to go and then come back home, and I would have been home in plenty of time, but no. They had to be sold out. Ice Home said, what's up, big fella? I pray all is well with you and the family. Football season is back. You ready for this, big fella? Oh, yeah, look, right here. Bam. Know what it is? I'm ready. In my J. Rue the Damager voice. Uh-oh. Hey, do not threaten me with a good time, Jimmy. Do not threaten me with a good time. Blind Man says, hey, cover stuff. Yes. Because, man, oh, man. Do not threaten me with a good time. Because, man, shoot. I definitely will not tell you no. I like when you send me sauce. Yeah. Mm. Victor said, I've never had lake trout. I wonder if it's much like steelhead. No, it's a whitefish. Definitely a whitefish. Yeah, Victor. Definitely that. I, like I said, current events. And Victor, you know what's funny? I don't even know what lake trout actually is because I doubt it's actually a trout-esque like fish. You know how Chilean sea bass is called the Patagonian toothfish. It's one of those things that they probably prettied up the name just to make it more appealing. Uh, Jimmy said it's a good we don't get to sit down and throw down together. Yeah, I know. I feel like I might just have to. If I could get a weekend where I'm like, man, I don't have anything to do. I might have to. I feel like I could take a drive and come hang out. Maybe this fall we'll have to do that. We'll set something up when it's cool and chilly. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to bring a toy with me and maybe one of my toys with me and some other toys. You know what I'm saying? Pew pew. Oh yeah. Plus we gotta go to the racetrack. I ignore. I can't see Chachi's messages. He's on ignore. He's not even on timeout. He's on ignore. Boy, oh boy, I am enjoying this drink. Man, it has been a while. It's been too long. Lake trout are in the char family of fish. Not for nothing. I can't say I know exactly what that means. You said JK, huh? Oh, I didn't ignore that one. When the messages are not, I won't say defamatory. How about that? I'll read your messages, but when they're defamatory, ignore. you just trying to bust out, break out the finger. That's what it is. The old read between the lines, Chachi. That's what you're shooting for. To sit down on top of my head, I have a headache. Let's see. So what's everybody got going on? Any nice cooks this coming weekend? Anything popping? What is? You're so funny. It's like what's cracking? What's popping? What's cracking? What was I watching? And that was I said vernacular, but that was the slang that whoever was talking was saying. It was an older movie. Chachi says I'm starting early. Yes, indeed, you are. It's funny. So I made mention last week slightly, and it was one of those things where when I go away, I try not to talk about going away ahead of time until I'm actually like away or back, right? So last week I was in Florida, and I did not make very much mention a few weeks ago that I was going on a cruise. So we were on a cruise. We went on a Virgin Voyages cruise. We left out of Miami, and we went to Puerto Playa in the Dominican Republic, and then we went to Bimini, which is a island in the Bahamas. Or at least we were on Bimini Beach, and I don't know what the island, if the island is all Bimini or if it's, whatever, but we went to Bimini Beach. So, and then, we were back at my mother-in-law's house. But it was a very fun trip, very fun time. The cruise was all adult, and it was fantastic. It was a very nice cruise, to the point where my wife and I are like, we got to do one of those again. So only bad thing about it was we usually never go on cruises during the summer. We're always typically cruising in the winter, so that it's a day or so colder weather when we leave from Baltimore, because we typically leave from Baltimore and then we get down to like Florida and then into the Caribbean and it's warm. This was not the case this time. Yo, it was hot as hell when we got out of the car at the port of Miami. Well, it was hot as hell down in Florida, period. And then it was hotter than hell when we got out at the port of Miami, even though it was like, no, it was mid-afternoon. Hot as hell. We got on the ship, went outside, hot as hell on the balcony. We, at night it was a little bit cooler, but it was still hot as hell. Then we, spent the day at sea. During that day at sea, it was hot as hell during the day. We get to Puerto Playa. Yo, it was so hot. It was hot. So I didn't tell you guys what we did. Maybe I started telling you guys, but we went to a rum. We did a rum tasting, and the first place where we did this rum tasting was in a rick house. If you are unfamiliar with what a rick house is, once the rum is distilled, they put it into, they call them barrels, but they're not technically barrels, they're casks. So they put them in casks, 55, I don't know if it's 55 liter, anyway, they put them in wood casks, right? And at least I'm pretty sure they're cast. It's cast. Anyway, and they age them, right? So the rick house basically is where the rum sits and ages. So we went into this rick house and we, walked around quickly, and we walked through it, watched the video, and then we went and did this tasting. Yo, the room where we did this tasting was like 85 degrees. It was so damn hot. And we're drinking rum, and it's hot as hell. Not a very good look. Left from there, and we went to a handmade cigar. Well, it was a cigar shop where in the back they were hand rolling cigars. So that was pretty cool. We got to watch this guy hand roll a couple cigars, and took it. I won't say took a chance, but if you wanted to try your hand at rolling a cigar, you could. And of course, the guy's like, "Here, you take a cigar. Can you put some money into my tip box here?" All right, cool. Here's $5 for the couple cigars that I took, and cigar my wife had. Then we left from there and we went to another rum tasting. The second rum tasting was at a liquor store, and we got to try, the first one we tried 8 different rums, and then the second one we tried like 6 different rums. And they were all, I don't say they were all pretty good, but at least the second spot, the rums were chilled. So it was a stark difference between the first place and the second place. But it was all in all a great trip, fantastic trip. 10 out of 10 would recommend. 10 out of 10 will definitely do again. Alright, it's been in the hundreds. Just too hot to do barbecue. Still hot, but not as much this weekend. Well, that's what's up. That is some clear in my cup. Yes, indeed. So I'm holding up. Hold on, let's see. I'm holding up the jar. I don't know if you can hear. I'm shaking the jar next to the microphone there. Yes, I got a fresh batch from my guy. My guy hooked me up. Man, he told me that this is from this morning. Afternoon errands. So Victor says, so that means not trout. All right. Yes, indeed. That is some clear in my glass. That is you said it's 100. 100 is proof. Right about 100. Victor says it's been. I said read that one already. It's been in the hundreds. So I am very glad that it's not been in the hundreds here. But I mean, it probably. Excuse me. It probably was pretty good that when we were in the Dominican Republic and in the Bahamas, they use Celsius and not Fahrenheit, or I would have been able to know what the actual temperature was while we were there. But it was, look, all I know is it was hot as hell. Yo, we were on an air-conditioned bus, and it was like the reprieve of reprieves to from where we walked, like the little distance we walked to get into the first to the Rick House for the first tasting, and then to the cigar place for the second. To the cigar spot, and then to the third spot. Yo, every time we got back on that bus, yo, it felt so good. That air conditioning felt so good. Sean, how you doing? He said Texas has been ridiculous with the heat. I know, man. Not true. Marcus hit me up the other day. He said it was 107 or 109 degrees there. I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Kent, what's up, man? How you doing? Melrose, what up, what up, what up? How you doing? Cheers. Sean, definitely. Why is the rum always empty? Yes, indeed. I heard that Pirates of the Caribbean joke once or twice while we were doing our tasting. Yes, that's number 3 just walked by giving me a mean mug. She actually just walked by chewing gum. Now a piece of gum. I have some gum in this bag right here. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Big League Chew. I love Big League Chew, but I hate the fact that the flavor lasts for all of 30 seconds. What's in the cup? I have some clear in the cup tonight, and some clear and some fruit punch energy drink. It's been, I say way too long, but it has been a while since I had some clear in the cup. I told you I made a stop. I hadn't seen my guy in a couple weeks. I made a stop this afternoon. I said this morning. No, it was this afternoon. And whew, he said he made this afternoon. I mean this morning. But it's fantastic. I missed it. That rum ain't got nothing on this. Victor says they need to make some new flavors for gum. Let's start with sausage and gravy. That's all you, Victor. All you, dog. That's a no for me. How do I perfectly have 2 gray hairs opposite each other? Oh, my, it's just my chin, my face here. This is ridiculous. My father-in-law was at my house today, and he said, "Good Lord, that's a lot of gray in your beard." He said, "Were you painting today?" No, these grays, these are grays. I didn't paint anything today. And he told me about his brother. He said every time somebody would comment on his brother's gray hairs, he always told him he was painting, which is why he asked me if I was painting. Blind Man Cooking said, let's start with having a flavor that lasts more than 30 seconds. Oh, I don't know if I said what type of, I just held the package up, and I'm sorry, Dave. Big League Chew. And I don't remember if I said what it was exactly or not. But where I was there, near my mother-in-law's house, there is a candy store, and in the candy store they sell these mystery bags. You buy a bag, they're priced from like $10 up to about $20. So I bought a mystery bag, and in my mystery bag it was baseball themed. So there was a big bag of chips. There's a chocolate covered scorpion. There was this Big League Chew, some small candies. Okay, some other things, but it was apparently baseball themed. But the bag I bought was like 18 bucks, and I was expecting more. But I don't know like how much the scorpion cost or this bag of chips, because it's a the bag of chips is it's Lay's, but they are, I can't tell whether they're Korean. No, this is probably Japanese. It says Deep Ridge, and it looks like hot wings. There's a picture of like some hot sauce, a chili. So there's some sauce, a chili. It looks like a Thai chili, some wings, and then these chips. It says deep ridged, and what's also crazy is the pack is like, it's like a pillow. Yeah, and the whole. Oh wait, I found some English. It doesn't say, well, Tokyo, so Japan. I can read the ingredients, but I can't. It doesn't say the flavor. It just says Lay's potato chips, pepper, CK Ridge, pepper chicken, I guess. Huh. All right. What? I've been saving those to eat them a little later. Melrose said grape is my favorite Big League Chew. Ooh. There's like, I can't remember if there was a watermelon, but I know there's like a sour, like a green apple. That one's really good. But I'm pretty particular to the original flavor as well. Oh, thanks, Dave. I couldn't remember if I did say what exactly it was or not. Sean said that just reminded me of the candy cigarettes we used to smoke back in the day. Yes, indeed. I do believe they had those cigarettes there. Not only did they, I want to say you name the candy, they have it there at that candy store. And then one of their other claims to fame is they have like 100, 150 different sodas. Like the bottled soda collection there is fantastic. Like you name the soda and you can get it there. I'm trying to think what was the name of that. There was a soda back in the day. It was like it wasn't really a soda. It was like a sparkling water. But it came in a blue bottle, and it was like bulbous, like almost orange, not almost orange-like size at the bottom, and then it tapered to like a regular bottle top. And I can't remember the name of that specific. And it wasn't a juice, but they came in like lightly fruit flavored sparkling waters, and it wasn't like Perrier or not Mystics. So Mystic was the fruit that you could get in the glass bottle, and you would have to turn them over and smack the bottom of them. These were carbonated, like lightly carbonated. I don't know why I'm thinking like not Glacier Bay or they weren't Mystics though. But they had those there. And this is the place where you could go and get like your regional sodas, like Birch beer. I swear there was a dozen different Birch beers there. Like from Pennsylvania Dutch to upstate New York, like root beers. There weren't any hard root beers or hard ciders, but I mean just different root beers and colas and fantastic fruit flavored sodas, and man, it's gonna bug me if I can't figure out what the name of that drink was. Sparkling water in a blue glass bottle. No. Oh, this is it. Clearly Canadian. That's what they were. Clearly Canadian. Anybody else remember those from back in the day? Clearly Canadian. Yo, you can get them off Amazon. A 12-pack. Anybody want to guess how much a 12-pack of Clearly Canadian sparkling flavored water, 4-flavor sampler pack? There is wild cherry, orchid peach, mountain berry, and country raspberry. Anybody want to take a guess on how much these Clearly Canadian, the sampler pack is? Come on. Take a guess. How much do you think a 12-pack of Clearly Canadian carbonated waters is? Jimmy, you ain't no good. Technically, it's $47.99. So you should have said $48, but I can tell he looked on Amazon as well. I see what you did there, Jimmy. This is why we are friends. Oh man, Quentin, how you doing? Quentin, I was just saying. Oh, Quentin, I was saying earlier that my wife and I went to a place to eat in Owings Mills called Granny's, and it was spur of the moment, last minute thing. We went to Granny's, and it's a soul food spot. And if you've never had Granny's, you know, highly recommend it. But it's a carry-out spot. Like, they used to have a full-service sit-down restaurant there, or they still do, but they don't. It's just carry-out for right now. And hello, you all right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just go downstairs? So we went, and the thing that we went there for was a lake trout, and they were out of the lake trout. So like we drove all the way from here, all the way out to Owings Mills to get this lake trout, and they didn't have it. So then we ended up going to a place called the Stanford Kitchen, Stanford Grill, which is also really good if you've never had that. Huh. Jimmy said he found it at the same time I did. Yeah, of course you did. Whatever you say. You ever see a bookmark and you're like, ooh, man. That's what I just looking through my bookmarks, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, I could. So Quentin, how you doing this evening, man? I have to come back and look back at this thing a little later. Like I said, you know how you bookmark something and then you see it a little later, and you're like, ah, man, I could definitely use one of those right about, yeah. Stainless parts, copper parts. Alright, car parts. Evan, go live. Quentin, how's things, man? Are you working or something? Victor says, hey, I'm sorry, but I have to call it for tonight. I'll just say I can't get far from the restroom tonight. Oh, man. Darn, Victor. Sorry to hear that. Completely understand. Thank you for hopping on and joining us. Please, tell your friend I said hey. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank at her name. But please, make sure you let her know I said hello and ask her to take good care of you for us. For us, yes, indeed. All right. Thank you. And I'm just going to hold this up here. And woo, them bubbles went bye-bye real quick. Man, I just had to watch the replay of the bubbles going bye-bye. I am over the moon. My guy hooked me up. It was a quart and a half. He hooked me up with. Man, oh man. Whoo. I'm sitting flush for a little while. I found that I need to pour this into smaller jars, because when I pour from the big jar, I don't have a gauge on how much I'm pouring until I stop pouring. But when I pour from a smaller jar, I don't have as much of a, troubled time, but I don't have as much of a problem. So let's see, who else do we have on here? I see Dave from Blind Man Cooking. Victor, he said he's going to be skedaddling. Victor, Jimmy, Quentin, Melro, Blind Man Cooking, said talk to Dave already. Sean, let's see, Chachi's here, but Chachi said Chachi's being a chach, and he's driving, so he can't communicate with us. That's okay. I won't hold it against him for very long. But, oh goodness. Anybody watch anything good on TV? I just finished watching Suits. I remember watching Suits when it first came out back in the late 2010s. Excuse me. Actually, I guess it was in the late 2000s, early 2010s. I was watching Suits, and then I used to provide offsite storage. I was saying, Chachi, that you were busy driving and couldn't comment. I missed your color commentary. But I just finished watching Suits, and I was pretty happy to see it on Netflix. And they had 8 of the 9 seasons on Netflix, and then I was able to watch the final, I think it was like 10 episodes on Prime Video. And my goodness, it's a really good show. So started watching Suits, good stuff. Oh yeah, man. I'm not giving it away or anything like that, but I will tell you, Sean, the 8 seasons you can watch on Netflix, and then the 9th season you have to watch on Prime Video. One thing, Sean, I will tell you, if you watch Suits on a laptop or a cell phone, you can increase the speed to 1.5 times. I told you guys how I usually watch things at faster than normal speed, faster than 1x. No, Chachi is no fat joke. Uh, I mean, no fat joke. Shoot, I think I got us both covered when it comes to fat jokes. Have you seen my belly? Season 4, nice. I'm like, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to give it away. And, oh man, it was really good. It was really good. Very, very well done show. Really, they did a great job of telling a story in each specific episode, as well as calling back to past episodes every now and again. And it is just the twists and the turns were just they were fantastic. I was trying to explain Suits to someone, and I said it was kind of like an Ocean's type of movie, but not quite all of the misdirection and sleight of hand. They're like they pull some rabbits out of some hats to win some cases and to do some things, and it was not always on the up and up, but my goodness, it was, like I said, it was Oceans-esque. Is it? Sean, would you agree? Oceans-esque? Went and got burnt Whataburger. I've had Whataburger once. Obviously, while I was in Texas. I need to get back to Texas. Shout out to Marcus. He invited me to Texas again for a special event. When the Eagles are playing a specific team who shall not be named, he's got a connection at the place which shall not be named that the Eagles play at in Texas. It shows is definitely Oceans-esque. Yeah. It's not the same, like I said, it's not the same misdirection, all of the same misdirection or sleight of hand, but it, like, some of the stuff that you like, wait, what? How did they do that? And, I'm not even gonna lie, on the cruise ship, they had a spa on the cruise ship, and when I found out they had a mud room, I was so looking forward to being in the mud room because of Lewis Lit. Like, I thought it was gonna be like get in the mud. No, it wasn't that. It was a sauna basically, but you took a little cup of mud and you rubbed the mud on your skin to exfoliate the skin, and you sat in the sauna with the mud on, and it was hilarious because like we went in there and the sauna was different, right? It was the spa actually was different. So they had. And, oh man, I feel like every time I start talking, I need to back up. So, there's a spa on the ship, right? Got me thinking I need to go to law school. I kicked the idea around about 7 years ago. But you know what, Sean? Here's the thing. If you do go to law school, with the fact that you are an accountant, that would be like, you know how Lewis, he... I want to say specializes. Hold on one second. Let me try and fix my camera here. He specializes in or with specific types of. Golly, my camera's all jacked up now. Okay, Lewis specializes in certain types of contracts and accounts and things like that. I think if you were to go to law school with a background in accounting, obviously that would make you a subject matter expert. I'll say subject matter expert on taxes and laws with taxes. I mean, I think that probably would be, an advantage. Jimmy says, you know you're a good person when people invite you back to their home for a second time. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yes, indeed. Marcus has been trying to get me back to Texas since I left. When I was leaving, man, I swear I almost cried. Like I teared up on the way home. Like I was gonna miss Texas so much. I had so much fun, not only in Texas, but I had so much fun hanging out with Marcus. It was like, seriously, he was like a cousin that I didn't even know I had. And when I say clicked, same thing with Jimmy. When I went down to Jimmy's house, I'm like, bruh, this is why, yeah, this is why Jimmy says all the time, dude, we need not get together because all we're gonna do is get in trouble. Shoot, let me tell you. Yes, indeed. Listen, hey, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. I know tonight's live stream, we're just going to be talking about any and everything, from TV shows to whatever the latest, I don't know what it is going to be. But I really did not have a plan tonight because of the fact that I was out to dinner with my wife very late. And I wasn't sure if I was going to make a live stream at all. So, please comment below with something you want to talk about. What's burning your, what's grinding your gears? Let's talk about it. Sean said I was thinking about being a tax attorney for. All right, well, tax attorney for whom? For corporations? For whom? Sean? Listen, I've been kicking around the idea of becoming a firearms instructor. I can teach, and firearms is something I learned recently in the past year and a half, and I've had a few people ask me while I'm at the range, they're like, "Are you an instructor?" No, I am not. And let me be honest with you, I am not. I said, but I can teach. And I had one of the instructors, I'm like, yo, bro, how much for an instructor certificate? He told me, and he was like, wait, you thinking about being an instructor? I was like, yeah. He was like, do it. He's like, wait a minute, don't do it. He's like, no, but do it. Nah, don't do it. He's like, yo, I'm an instructor. And he said, people just, they feel like they can call you at any old time. And he was like, yeah, because he was like, yo, I fully support you becoming an instructor. I'm like, why is that? And he's like, because you can teach. He's like, you're good with people and you can shoot. Man. All right, so Blind Man Cooking asked a good question. He says, how do you determine how much charcoal you need for a cook, or do you just wing it? So, Blind Man, it depends on the cooker, right? First and foremost. And this is a very, very weighted question. So, if I'm using my, let's just start with something small. If I'm using Charlotte, okay, on the side of my house, my charcoal Weber, I will try and fill up the slow and sear with charcoal, and then I'll add some charcoal on top. Right? Let's say I'm cooking a brisket in the Weber kettle, and I'm going to use the slow and sear. I will use that amount of charcoal that I need for that. But let's say, all right, I'm using the Big Green Egg. The Big Green Egg is really good because I can start up the charcoal, get it rolling, and then when I'm finished cooking, I can shut everything down and there will be charcoal left over. The same holds true in the Weber kettle, but not to the same extent that I can kind of shut things down and there'll still be charcoal, a plethora of charcoal left over. Excuse me, I got like the hiccups. Now, when I'm using the other big cooker that I have that uses charcoal, is going to be Vicky. When I start Vicky, if I'm cooking And usually if I start Vicky, that means I have a bigger cook, which means that I'm going to be using a half a bag of charcoal at minimum. Okay, at minimum, I'm going to be using a half a bag of charcoal in Vicky, and I know that. Now that has come with experience. That all right, a half a bag of charcoal is going to get me about 6, maybe 8 hours of cook time, and if I'm not finished cooking whatever it is I need to cook in that time, I'm going to need to add some more charcoal. And sometimes it happens where I need to add more charcoal. Other than that, the majority of my cookers are wood fired, or yeah, they're all wood fired. So the charcoal cookers are going to be the Big Green Egg, Charlotte. I have an offset that you guys, haven't really seen yet. And Frida, I use Frida, and for that cook, when I used Frida, and I cooked a whole hog. It was a suckling pig, but it was still a whole hog. And I did not know how much charcoal I was going to need, so I added charcoal throughout the cook, but it worked out. And Vicky uses charcoal, so experience tells me how much charcoal I'm going to need, and how much I start with and everything like that. So Sean says, sorry, just a tax attorney. Problem is, I don't like tax or accounting. Huh. I mean, bro, you seem to be pretty decent at, like accounting and doing taxes and stuff like that. Jimmy says, okay, I told a potential product sponsor to, oh, I guess he told, oh my gosh. Jimmy said, I told a potential product sponsor to KMA, kiss my ass today. Wanted too much control of my channel. Pfft. Bruh, Jimmy, why do you think I don't do very many product sponsored stuff? I don't want to be beholden to anybody. Because my whole thing is this: I like your product or I don't like your product. That I wish I had that meat stick. It wasn't the meter. It was like the meat stick sitting over here in this corner. Like I'm pointing to this corner over here, like on this windowsill in this corner for months. And I looked at it, and it was so funny because the lady, like, they sent it to me, and I was like, oh man, this is cool, yeah. And I tried it, and I was like, yo, this thing sucks. And I was like, yo, I'm not doing a video on this. Like, it sucks. And then a lady contacted me, and she was like, hey, where it would be really nice if you could do. And I'm like, yo, I'm not doing a video. I told her point blank, I'm not doing a video because you don't want to hear what I have to say. This thing did not work as it was supposed to. Well, did you do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this? Yes, indeed. I went out to your website that was lacking in instructions in English, and I muddled my way through like the troubleshooting, and it did not work for me. I am very computer savvy, and I had a very difficult time trying to figure this out. That's not okay. That's not how things go for me, especially when it comes to electronics. And she's like, oh, can you please give us another chance? Can you try again? Yada yada. I tried. I said, ma'am, it's been like a month since you sent this thing to me, and I am not going to be able to send you, to put up a video. One, because I don't like this product, and you don't want me to say that I don't like this product. And she was like, pretty much, okay, thank you. And she left me alone. Laura! Hey, Laura, how you doing? I'm like, whoa, I see Laura here. Laura says, Dash, hey, all. Not sure how long I'll be on. Worked late and had to get up early. Shoot, I know how that goes. My sleep schedule is so weird. Jimmy says about the same. Yes, okay. One of my younger workmates sliced pinky on left hand and the right tip off on the pointer and index sliced it. What? I have no idea what she did. What? work made sliced pinky on left hand and right hand tip off of the pointer and index. Oh my gosh. Jeez. It's one of those things where I used to work with a guy who was missing I won't say a digit, but some of his digit, like, and I'm like, yo, how? You always want to. I always want to ask people, like, yo, elephant in the room. I see you're missing not an appendage, but like the tip of your finger. Tell me about it. Chachi says, all right, I'm home. So does that mean you're gonna start talking sideways, Chachi? Eat your burger, relax, drink your juice, drink your soda, get your beer, calm down. And we're almost into the second hour, so we can talk about any and everything, like we haven't already been talking about any and everything. Oh, goodness. Laura says, it was insane on the meat slicer. Insane on the membrane. Going insane. Got no fingertips. Sorry. Too soon, Laura. Too soon. Labor Day. Man, Labor Day is far away. Shoot. I have... Golly, Labor Day. Labor Day is the 26th. No, shoot. I don't even know when Labor Day is. My phone. Let me see if this phone has. Damn calendar. Calendar. September. Where's Labor Day? What day is Labor Day? ¿Qué pasa, mi amigo? Nada pasó conmigo. ¿Qué pasa contigo? Yo soy un poquito borracho. Tiene, ¿cómo se dice? Corn, maíz, licor de maíz. Me encanta. Actually, that reminds me. I need to do my Duolingo for today. So before we get off, please someone remind me, do your Duolingo for tonight. Oh, Steven! Yo, can we take a moment and wish Steven a happy belated birthday? Steven's birthday was yesterday. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday. Today is Wednesday. I think it was yesterday. If it wasn't yesterday, it was Monday. So please stop what you're doing. Do me a solid. Come out of the woodwork and wish Steven a happy birthday. Steven is over. He's over the hill. Tony! What up, Tony? Tony, yo. Tony, when the next time you gonna be in town? I gotta make sure that I have a sample for you. I got a guy, Tony. When I say I got a guy, man, damn. You might even have to make a special trip up here to sample. I'm smacking the bottom of the jar. Quentin says, "Hey, yo." Leaving a track. No, yo, let me know next time you come this way, so I can make sure that I get a sample for you from my guy. Like, Tony, don't BS me. Like, for real. This is, I won't say game changer, but game changer. Laura's laughing. Steven says, yes, it was yesterday, and thanks everyone for greetings. 51. He, like I said, over the hill. When you're 50, you're like at the precipice. 51? Oh, You done crested the hill, good brother. Quentin says, save me some of that. I got a little bit, Quentin. I got a little bit, you know. This is Quentin to tell you, Tony. Quentin to tell you, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. Christopher, it's a Slaughterhouse Barbecue. First time tapping in. Just trying to learn something today. I didn't know yesterday that I can something today that I didn't know yesterday that I can apply tomorrow. Yo, I like how Tony, or excuse me, Christopher, comes in. I feel like I need to hold my lighter up and like I'm gonna read that again. Hold on, let me get my lighter out. Let me yep. So Christopher said, and I'm gonna need y'all to clap in the comments. Christopher said, first time tapping in, just trying to learn something today I didn't know yesterday that I can apply tomorrow. Bruh, that's pretty fantastic. That's way to make an entrance. Way to make an entrance. Christopher, I'm gonna need more prolific, you know, profound sayings from you, because that's up there. Just trying to learn something today that I didn't know yesterday that I can apply. Excuse me, that I can apply tomorrow. I'm about to write that down. That was, wow, that was good. That was real good. How can I copy that? Got it. Bam. We're gonna open up a notepad. NOTE. Bam. I'm whew. Learning something new. Something. Whew, man. Damn. Just trying to learn something today I didn't know yesterday that I can apply tomorrow. Man, that hit. Whew. Christopher, good brother. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Man, oh man. Everybody saying happy belated birthday. Oh, Barrio said that's some liquid courage you have there. Oh, I'm gonna say yes indeed. Quentin said liquid death. Jimmy said, what the hell? Some of us have a bigger hill than others. Yeah. Yo, Christopher, man, yo, like you didn't. You walked in to the room like boom. Don't hold it close to your breath. You may drag your flames house. Yeah. I won't say I probably could, but where's Quentin? He said Quentin is in his skin. I have one. I drove on the parkway and I parked in the driveway today. Go figure. I actually drove today on the BW Parkway and I parked in my driveway. So I did the same. You know, it is one of those things, things that make you go, why is it we drive on a parkway and park in a driveway? Just like, why is Iceland green and why is Greenland full of ice? Or covered with ice? I don't know. Oh man, definitely. Steven, hopefully all is well with you and yours. Just want to, you know, take a moment and say hey. Really appreciate you guys. Hey, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up button, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. Laura says, why is it darkest before dawn? I know I've heard this before. I'm all about riddles. I don't know, because our nose runs in our feet. Oh, wait, what did Jimmy say? Jimmy must have said something first. Grumpus! Hey! He says, hey, Dashing everybody. Oh, no, Grumpus, he probably says, hey, Dashing everybody. Oh, hold on. Try it again. I'm a little congested. Grumpus probably says, hey, Dashing everybody. Grumpus has that perfect radio and YouTube voice. He's like the Bob Ross of barbecue and Hawaiian shirts. Jimmy says, because our nose runs and our feet smell. Yeah, they do. Steven says the weather's a bit cool today. What do you consider cool, Steven? What is cool? KB says, good evening, peace. Did I miss the first yawn? Oh, KB. Bruh, you can't. When Laura is here, you cannot say the Y word. Not at all. Hold on. Look at the air conditioner. Yes, I didn't even turn the air conditioner on. No, I didn't. I did not. But I feel like I should. You see, there's a little bit of sweat glistening on my forehead there. Grumba says, in Indiana, South Bend is the north. North Vernon is the south. And French chicks ain't looking like it sounds. Laura says, come to Canada when it's negative 25. Negative 25 Celsius or negative 25 Fahrenheit. Not that it makes very much of a difference, because cold AF is cold AF. What's so funny, Laura? What's so funny? Oh, Christopher from Slaughterhouse Barbecue says, bro, my birthday was Saturday. I had a rollover accident with my 11-year-old son in the car. We walked away without a scratch, so trust me, it's an honor and a privilege to interact with a pitmaster. Well, Christopher, I do not ever consider or call myself a pitmaster. I am a arsonist who cooks, okay? I'm not a fan of that term pitmaster, because everyone seems and wants to deem themselves a pitmaster, and that's just not a label I want to put on myself. Do I have a mastery of fire? No. Do I have a mastery of some of my cookers? Yo, I still get it wrong from time to time, so I do not consider myself a pitmaster. And if I want to say, if you want to bless me with that title, or if you want to consider me that, then I will not stop you. But again, my favorite moniker is an arsonist who cooks. And if you ask me, I am the head arsonist of Steel Drum Smokers Barbecue. Okay, I just like I said, that term pitmaster, it's commercialized. How about that? Commercialized. I won't even say my normal. Usually I say it's bastardized, but I'll say it's commercialized. And nope, I'm not taking that. Stevens is 78. Holy cow. That is kind of chilly. That is cool. Shoot, you probably got like a scarf on because it's cold. Oh man, yes indeed, Christopher. That is crazy. Christopher, what type of vehicle were you in? Definitely want to know. He said a rollover accident with my 11-year-old son. I won't even say who was at fault, but like, did you get out the car and be like, but did you die? Did you make like some corny dad joke afterward? Cause that would have been me. Like, I would have been like, I told you to hold on. Something. But gosh, man, that is. Whew. Quentin says, I think you'd be dead if it was negative 25 Celsius. No, I know that where Laura is, they use Celsius. So I knew that asking her, excuse me, asking her what negative, if it was Celsius or Fahrenheit, that the answer was already going to be Celsius. And I feel like it's almost a formality that it's Celsius. Oh my goodness. Christopher's laughing. You know. Chachi says, you're the reason I started catering barbecue. You know, that's one of those weighted statements. Like, it was you motivated me, or it was you, I saw you doing something so stupid, I said, I can do it too. But truth be told, I'm telling you, Chevy Trailblazer, please just tell me it wasn't like the Trailblazer SS, like one of the good Trailblazers. And I won't say one of the crap Trailblazers, because I'm happy and thankful and grateful that Trailblazer that you were in saved your life, or did the safety features in that Trailblazer did what it was supposed to do, or they were supposed to do, and you are here to, I won't say laugh and joke about it, but that you have the story to tell. And, you know, feel free to tell the story, because, you know, inquiring minds. Laura says, are they short wheelbase? They're not really. Excuse me. Susie Rivera, is it Rivera? Yeah, Rivera says, I will be smoking several briskets a day for a party because my smoker only holds 2 briskets. Can I let these all come down to a safe temp and then foil and wrap to warm them up later without hurting? Yes. But Susie, my recommendation would be to put them in the smoker and get as much smoke as you need to on each of them. Wrap them up, put them in the oven, finish cooking them, and then chill them. So you can have them all finished, and once they're all finished, you put them in the refrigerator, and then you can warm them all up at the same or in time, and you won't have to worry about them needing to finish cooking. Does that make sense? So let me say that again. So first, how many briskets do you need to cook in total? So let's put a plan together. Steven says fire trucks, yeah. Susie says integrity of the brisket. Sorry, y'all. That's my riddle tonight. Blessings to everyone. Nah, you're good. Quentin says, I was negative 13 F in Alaska and my car was frozen shut. Jimmy says, I'm the cleanup guy for Cuff and Stuff Barbecue, but I do get to make the mess. Yeah. No, Susie, you're fine. She says, sorry I had to break that chat up. It was too wordy. Hope it makes sense. Yep. Laura, I did not yawn. Don't do it. Christopher says lost control of the wheel. Basically, really looking at life differently. That's what's up. Quentin, stop. We get it. It's cold in Alaska. Uh-oh. MacBoy says, I'll have a surprise for you soon. Oh my gosh. Oh. I don't have the air conditioner on in this room, and I've been drinking. I'm getting ready to put another splash of the energy drink. Oh. So, MacBoy, I owe you some work. I have been preoccupied, but I have been getting contacted more and more from folks, and I've been, pictures and things like that. I've been putting the pictures and things together. So I need to just do a write-up, and then we can, I'm gonna say fix it, but we can get the website taken care of, hopefully. actually was talking to some. I had a guy randomly call me today, and he's asking about like, my website and other things like that. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, and my website is being redesigned. So yeah. Let's see. Laura says, "Yeah, I wonder about those electric cars. How are they going to run in the winter?" Geez, uh, my Ford isn't blown up. My Ford has a blown head gasket. If I were, what's crazy, right? I have been contemplating getting the getting the getting the van into the garage and working on it. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I need to get it started because the batteries are dead at this point, and I think it's because it's so hot and they haven't been. It's been over a year since that van really ran. Okay, but I need to get the van started, get it into the garage, which means that I would need to like totally reorganize my garage to be able to fit Vanna, the project, into the garage. And then I would need to figure out how I'm going to tear the entire front of the van out to try and pull the engine out from the front, and this is a big and or remove the body from the frame so that I can get to the engine. I've been thinking about it, like seriously thinking about it, Laura, we're not talking about that. No, I'm not. Going to Sleep Stream Part 2. Nope. Ah, darn it, Laura. She's got me. Susie says thank you. Yes, Jimmy. Mrs. Dash, is she still awake? No. She is, well, she might still be awake. Christopher says seatbelts saved us, and I normally don't ride with mine, but for some reason I was. We'll go to church this Sunday for the first time this year and share a story there. Ah, man, well, wow. Laura says someone was watching over you both, Christopher. Yes. Quint says all that for a head gasket? Yes. When the engine is buried halfway under the firewall, yes. But oh my gosh, the engine, is. I won't say it's the capability, and I'll say I really wouldn't. I really need to get this thing running again. Christopher says, yeah, Ken Folk would definitely fall asleep on live tonight. I would join him, but I got an early morning. I do too. I have to get up tomorrow morning and go charge my car. So I can do some running around tomorrow. I would tell you what the percentage, the charge percentage is on my car, but I think it's like 40, it's in the 40 percentile. But I had less than 100 miles of range on my car. I don't plan on having to go anywhere tomorrow, but that is my plan, and it is 10:22. I'm gonna say it's after 11 o'clock, but it's 10:22, and Taste Tester number 2 always has different plans for me. That being said, my wife was talking about getting her great. Is it her great niece and nephew, or is it no? It's her niece and nephew once removed. Actually, I looked it up, and my cousin Angela, who, if you know, we talked about it one day. We were talking about like what those mean. So it's her niece's kids, and they're once removed because they are a generation under her. They are her kids, which means they are her niece and nephew once removed. Steven says more work to remove the body from the chassis, but best option to make work easy. Oh, I already know, Steven. And so here's the thing: I do not have a lift in my garage, but I purchased a A-frame gantry, and I'm not sure if the gantry is I'm pretty sure the gantry is stout enough to lift up the body, but I don't know if I would need two gantries, like to lift up the tail end and the front end of the body. But oh my gosh, man, I really, 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 really would love to find someone that has a lift, and I can say, hey, can my vehicle sit in your garage for like a month, maybe? And I, unbolt whatever needs to be unbolted and disconnect whatever needs to be disconnected and lift the body off the frame and go to town. Rack up a bunch of credit card debt buying stuff to fix and bulletproof the hell out of that 6-liter in my Vanna, because I miss Vanna. I miss Vanna. There's so many things and opportunities that would be so much easier if I had the van that I just don't have. Like these bigger events that I've had to do where I've had to like take multiple vehicles, and everything can go in the back of Vanna. Laura says, my ex took the engine out of our van, bought a used one, put it in sideways, and it worked. Huh. Jimmy says, you can't drop the engine out from under it. I probably could, but again, I would need to lift everything up. Like, I would need to, alright. So, I could probably jack up the front end and drop the engine, like the front subframe out, but I don't know whether or not the engine sits on the front subframe, or if there is a front subframe, or if it's like a body on chassis type thing. But I guess possibly the subframe could come out, but that's a pretty hefty subframe to pull out of that van. You guys got to remember, this is an E350 with a 6-liter 6-liter Cummins, 6-liter Power Stroke. Chachi says, Dash, you need to start burning gas again. I still burn gas, like in the propane cooker or in the, like my wife's van is still gasoline, and my Passat, my Passat is diesel. Burning gas? What are you talking about, Chachi? It's 9:22 in Dallas. You're in Dallas, Christopher? Laura's in Ontario, Canada. That might be some black folks up there, but it's not many. You rent a lift, I'll come over and help you yank that thing out. Quentin, there is no renting a lift. You gotta remember that the van weighs, actually, shoot, that's one of those things where I really, 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 really have been wanting quick jacks. Really wanting quick jacks. And if I were to use quick jacks to get the body off of, no, see, I don't know if that would work, because I would need like a 10,000 pound quick jack set, because I think the van weighs 7,000 pounds. I know the EV weighs 7,000 pounds, and I want to get quick jacks to be able to lift up the EV and anything else, any other vehicle I have. But here again, back to the big problem. I need to do a thorough reorganization of my garage to fit everything into the garage. Chain the engine to a tree. Throw it in reverse and step on it. Alright, Chachi, you have caused me to say, read between the lines. I want the engine to still be in working condition after I take it out. Terry, what's up? Terry from Madwood Barbecue. Terry, how you feeling? I have an engine hoist already. I have a cherry picker. I have that. But the problem is this, Quentin. You can't take the engine out of front of the van. You have to take the body off of the van in order to get the engine out. The way that they have everything, so when I say packed, it is packed. Oh, hey. Good night. It is packed in there. When I did I changed the radiator, okay, in the van. Yo, it was ridiculous. Everything that I had to go through in order to change the radiator in the van. I ended up needing to use my engine hoist to pull the radiator out because the radiator came off with the entire, like, not the entire shroud, but there was like shroud and accessories that came off when I pulled the radiator out. Every time I look into this repair on the van, everyone I've spoken to says, take the body off of the chassis, get to the engine, thank me later. Everyone. I just can't justify the cost of sending it to the repair shop, right? To the guys that I will trust to repair it, which I've already spent like $5,000-$6,000 on work on Vanna to get, have Vanna repaired. In times past, I just can't justify spending that amount of money. But I need to get the van fixed. Laura says it would be better to lift the engine out as you can spin it out of the way. Don't want the van to fall on you. Exactly. So Laura, I agree. But the thing is, and this is what I'm gonna say, a lot of you guys aren't necessarily remembering or thinking about. The E350, the engine sits like halfway under the firewall of the van. So when I'm sitting in the van, like, and I put my hand right here, right? I'm sitting here driving, I put my hand right here. It's on the back the back four cylinders of the engine, because half of the engine sits in the cab of the van. And you can't work on the engine while it's in the van. When I did the alternator, the alternator was a bear and a half to do on this van. And the amount of things that I had to undo and move up and over the firewall in order to get back and reach my hand back down into where the alternator is. I mean, I had to take off intercooler piping to get the alternator, which sits fairly high on the engine. I wish I had some pictures to be able to be like, here's the picture of this. But it is just not. Man. Terry says he's sore, but he's good. That's what's up, Terry. I'm glad to hear you're doing better. It's right there. It's right there. I'm not gonna move it. Grandpa says I would sell my house with all my contents before I would attempt to clean the garage. I have 40 years of stuff that I don't use. Yeah, it's pretty much sitting on top. Yep. Chachi says Quentin knows in those vans you're pretty much sitting on top of it. Exactly. Or just buy an EV van. Time to move on. I want to move on. Laura says it's crazy. I know, but see, the whole thing is this, right? I feel like if I get Vanna fixed, then I have a tow vehicle that I can tow like 10,000 pounds with. And I can use it for catering and other things like that. And I can make my money by selling food, right? I know that I can do it. It's just a matter of kind of buckling down and saying, all right, you know what? I'm going to send this to the repair shop, and I'm going to spend, it's probably going to cost me no less. No less. I wouldn't be surprised if it cost me at least $7,500, at most 10 grand to fix the van. At least. Now, could I won't say scrape together the money? No, you know what I would do? I'd be like, yo, I'm selling ribs today. I'm selling this, I'm selling that, I'm selling this, I'm selling that. I would be doing it from the van or from the EV every weekend, or every, nights and weekends, and whatever I would need to do, because I'm going to use that van to make my own economy, so that when I need it, I can have it, or I have it, and then I can pay for everything. But it's just a matter of, I won't say taking that leap of faith, but talking myself into doing it. Cut the body off behind the cab and slap a flatbed on it when you're done. Grumpus, I need the back of it. I need the cargo area. I would love to. I've seen a couple different people take the E350 chassis and make it into like a not a toy hauler, but a fifth wheel hauling capable vehicle. And man, Armando says, starting to sell barbecue after being laid off. Your videos are helpful and authentic. Thank you. Guess what, Armando? I've been there and I've done that. Okay? I got laid off at the end of 2014. And I did barbecue for a year and a half, 2015 through the middle of 2016. When I say, ask me how I know, bruh, ask me how I know. Now, the big difference between 2015 and half of 2016 and now is things have changed. The ability to sell food from your house has gotten easier and harder at the same damn time. When I used to sell food, when I was selling food, when I first started selling food, I was selling food via Instagram, and it was like the Wild Wild West. I could post pictures, I would get, likes, people would see my stuff, and now they have incentivized you to pay for advertising. Those same ads, and I don't say those same ads, those same posts don't get the same traction that they used to. So I'm having a harder time. Chachi said, all that money just for a head gasket. I could get that done for half or less than half of that over here. Chachi, if it wouldn't cost me, $1,500, $2,000 for me to send the van down to where you are, it would be on its way. But because it is such a big vehicle, I would need a big vehicle to tow it. And that big vehicle to tow it is going to cost a lot of money to have it towed. It's moving the van is cost prohibitive. Like, seriously. First Love, what's up, Marlon? How you doing, man? He says, hey, yo, Dash and family. Robert says, or get you a truck and drag Vanna around like a food trailer. I won't say I would love to, but the problem, Grumpus, is this. Trucks, I'm going to say are trucks. And the cost of trucks, because people know their value, is here. I bought Vanna at the value here, but Vanna can do everything a truck can, so her value actually is here. But people don't like the vans because of this exact reason, which brings the value back down to here. Now, did I drive and own Vanna for 4 or 5 years with, I won't say little, with no, I don't say no drama, because the first 2 years, 3 years I had Vanna, I couldn't turn the van off once I started it. Once I started it, the van would get too hot, and after I got that repaired, The van ran like a top, okay? But that was like $1,500, $2,000 worth of repairs. And man, at this point I really think that I need to just be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna get it fixed because I need the van. I need the van. And if I'm going to go anywhere else, I need the van. Like, I need the van to run errands. I need the van to do different things. And it's just one of those things where I have to be like, yeah. Chachi, you know what, dude? Yeah. Mark, what's up, Mark? Mark is up in Canada. Mark said, hi, Dash, left a like. Well, I appreciate you, Mark. Hey, look, there are 16 of you guys here and only 15 likes. If you could, or 16 likes. Thank you, Mark. If you could, please hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Join me as I try to talk myself into going into credit card debt so I can get my van fixed. Yeah. Gosh, I wish there was a... Man. It's just one of those things where I have the tool and I need to get the tool repaired, but I can't justify spending the money on the repair. But I can, but it's going to be a lot of work behind the repair. And I'm like, I'm just caught between a rock and a hard place. Because do I invest this amount of money into this van only for the next thing to break? Dave says, any YouTube contacts able to tow it for you, you could barter with them. So, truth be told, I did. When the van originally broke down in Cape Cod, you guys remember, I took the van on a fishing trip. Okay, I took the boys, we drove up to Cape Cod, and I overslept, and because I overslept, I had to drive the van harder than I wanted to, which is what caused this whole problem in to begin with. So I drove the van harder and faster than I really should have. So by the time I got to Cape Cod, she gave up the ghost. She was tired, and she gave up the ghost. Well, I know someone that lives in New England, and I know he lives in Connecticut. I reached out to him and I said, hey man, I know you don't really know me from Adam, but we've spoken before. I've helped you with some barbecue related questions. When this is an automotive YouTuber, I'm like, hey, I've helped you with some, I'm gonna say car troubles, with some barbecue troubles, and I'm reaching out to you because I have no other option. And I reached out to him because he, at the time, had a truck, a trailer, and a driver. And I'm like, yo, I will pay your driver to pick up my vehicle to bring it to Baltimore. And I won't say he flaked, he flaked on me. He flaked on me. I reached out to him and I'm like, yo, please get in touch with the driver, see how much it would cost me, yada yada, blah blah blah. Long story short, he flaked on me. I know other people who have vehicles big enough to tow a vehicle big enough to tow my van, but the problem is getting a vehicle or getting a trailer that can tow the van. It's just once you get to that point where it's such a big vehicle, it just exponentially makes things harder. Chachi says, if you weren't all the way across the country, I would get my trailer, go pick it up, fix it, and return it. Chachi. I will. I don't know what I will do, but, whatever the fuel bill is, I will pay for it. I will pay it, and I will, feed you. I will send you back with some snacks, because bruh, I need to get this van fixed, and I don't know how to, and I'm saying I'm proud, but I am prideful, I guess you could say, and I don't want to be like, can you help me fix my van? I'm not one to ask for help, but at this point, I need to get this van fixed. Like it's impacting a lot of things that I want to do. Blind Man Cooking says, I'm in Canada too. Blind Man, I thought you were on the Pennsylvania side of like Erie. Terry says, my truck broke down today. Idler pulley went and threw the belt and took out the power steering pump. Jeez. Terry, I know how that goes. And it's just, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Grumpus says, maybe call around and find a high school looking for a class project for the students to work on, or maybe a trade school. Grumpus, that is a fan-freaking-tastic idea. That, my friend, is something that I can do. There is a notepad. UMBC DIESEL That is fantastic, Grumpus. Thank you. I know of a place. That's a gooder. Oh, that's a gooder, Grumpus. We're selling for parts and buying EV van. Chachi said that's 1,500 miles. Chachi, you have a. Let's say you have a. Gosh, man. Your 1,500 miles might cost me $1,000 in fuel. It's going to cost me 7 or 8 times as much to have it repaired. If you're telling me, double dog dare someone. Ooh, Grumpus says, or double dog dare someone that can't be fixed. Nah, man, you triple dog dare 'em. Don't double dog dare 'em. You triple dog dare 'em. Go for broke. Quentin, you gotta remember that I want to be able to use the vehicle for towing as well. And most, well, aside from the Hummer, most EVs are not going to be able to tow it or tow that much. How was the movie?
It was actually really good. Ice Spice played the main, not Ice Spice, Ice Cube. Ice Cube played the main villain. He's funny.
Taste tester number 2 just walked so in. Funny. He went to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
He said something, but he ended up saying the phrase, "I'm gonna touch that chin." I'm stealing that so much.
I'm gonna touch that chin.
Like I'm gonna punch you. Like it's so hilarious.
Can you check on Cadbury and see? Just say hi to Cadbury. Obviously, just make sure she's food and water. I fed her this morning. Cadbury is our cat. Our cat is all white. Armando says, I wish I could stay, but gotta go. Got a few sleeps before I start my cook. Best luck with the van and keep being awesome. Well, thank you very much, Armando. Good luck to you too. Definitely. Laura says I will check out schools for sure. Laura says at 25 cents per mile, that's $750. Quentin said, what's up? Quentin, who we went to have wings with, he said, what's up?
Hello.
Let's taste tester number 2. Lyman says that's Guns Barbecue. Oh, Dave, you're right. I don't know why. I guess, I get you. I'm not going to say I get you blind men confused. But yes, I do get you guys confused. I swear, I don't know why I still thought you were in Pennsylvania. That cheesesteak is still in there.
Yeah, but it's kind of intimidating.
Why? Just cut some of it out, put it on a plate, warm it up.
Who ate my croissants? I had 3 croissants.
Chachi says sometimes you can find some semi truck driver that are heading to a certain area of the country and get the van when they're further low. I know, that's how I ended up getting the van from Cape Cod back to Baltimore. Because I found a hotshot driver who was coming this direction. Grumpy says, come on with a raffle or a contest. If half of your subs will send $1, you'd have 15,000. I know. I want to say the problem is, what could I raffle away? And what would you be willing to buy?
You should. Can I?
What?
If it's not too hard to ship away, you should do a steel drum smoker.
The problem
Like, you
is,
should make one.
so I've made a steel drum smoker in the past, and I did raffle it away. And that raffle made literally less than it cost to make the smoker. I know it was a while ago, though. It was a while ago. But, so Taste Tester number 2 said, you should make a steel drum smoker. And I understand and agree that that is, I won't say a possibility, but part of the problem is, to make a drum smoker at this point is cost prohibitive. So let's say like this. Did you lock him out?
No. Then they said I needed a ride home, and they ended up taking me home. So
Did you tell him that?
I told him. That's why he just got back.
Where was he?
He was at Chelsea's house because I told him 11. Mommy sent him out at 10:30, and then we're going back to her house.
Did you call him and tell him
I
that?
already told him. When I knew is when he knew.
All right. Anyway, so here's the thing. So making a steel drum, okay?
Yes.
If I make a steel drum, the steel drum might cost me, let's say, all told, on the high end, $300, $350 to make. I was at the point when I was selling them. Now that's real time, or at this point, it would probably cost me $350, $400 to make. At the time when I was selling drums, I was selling them for $400. So there's no money in there, right? In order for me to get the van fixed, it's going to cost me $7,500 probably at least. $400, $7,500.
You're raffling the van?
No, I don't want to raffle the van. I want to raffle.
Oh, make the money towards the van.
There we go. So I need to have an abundance of $7,500 at least in order to get what I need for the van.
What about merch? What about like you let me take over a little bit of, come up with designs? I show you designs. If you like them, you can send them out.
But I won't say my problem is I won't say I have merchandise already, but I have a design. But I mean, it's kind of hard for me to say, all right, I'm gonna charge $100 for a shirt, and I need to sell 100 shirts. That's still only $1,000.
I was thinking like maybe make 20 shirts, sell each shirt for close to 40 to 60. That's still a lot of money.
But that's not $7,500.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be $7,500 in one go.
It doesn't, but I mean,
money's gonna be money towards it either way. And if you had 2 or 4 things going at one time, you're gonna hit 750.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let me try to catch up with the comments. Come up with a raffle or context. If you have your, yep. So I read that from Grumpus. If that cheesesteak ain't from Delisandro's, throw it away. Yeah. Quentin said, I'd throw you $100 in a raffle tickets for the Big Green Egg tonight. Oh, gosh. One young. Stop it. I try to tell him that, but he's too proud. 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. And my unlucky ass will still lose. Grumpa said, I sent him $1 to keep the egg. Chacha said, you would win in my heart, Quentin. Yes. Jimmy says, tell her the pans will be on the way. Oh, man, I sure will, Jimmy. $5 for number 1 to mow my yard. Here's the thing. I'd give $5 for number 1 to mow my yard. He doesn't mow my yard. Barbecue class of some sort. There we go. Quentin says, bruh, barbecue folks ain't paying $60 for a shirt. Yep. So, Quentin says, barbecue folks ain't paying $60 for a shirt. You heard that?
I'm sorry?
Barbecue folks ain't paying $60 for a shirt.
You were talking about 100.
But my whole thing is, I'm saying $100 for something tangible, as in a raffle.
Okay.
So, and
maybe like throwing a shirt, throwing a hat, throwing a this and that and a third, some seasoning, some.
But you got to remember, all of those throwing in is cutting down from the profit. This is it. Trust me, I thought about this already.
Beard oil.
I could definitely make some beard oil, but not everybody has beards. Like Laura, who's a female up in Canada.
You could guarantee beards to anybody.
I'm
Just
not.
put
No.
You'll get a beard eventually.
Oh boy.
But you have to keep on buying to see.
Laura said I had to. Yeah, I know. Jerry, what's up? He says, that's my bro. Been a while. Miss you, bro. My bro. Yes, indeed. You too. I'd up my 100 to 400 is what I meant. Oh, okay. Oh, you'd up your 100 to 400 if to what for a chance to get the big green egg?
Didn't you get that for free?
Yes.
Any money you made off that would be profit.
Yes, but
why
that's
not? I wouldn't really.
Thank you.
That.
Thank you, bro. Can we go down that? There we go. Go down that path.
That's kind of cruddy to re-gift.
Cruddy, kind of cruddy. That is beyond kind of cruddy. Like, bruh, no, that's not something I would do. It's not in my person. So, but I've contemplated. I've contemplated buying a smoker, okay, and giving a smoker away to say, all right, you know what? I'm gonna purchase a smoker, but there's a guy local to me that's making smokers. If I said to him, hey, can I buy a smoker from you? I want to take said smoker. Well, I won't say I'm gonna let him know, but my plan would be to take said smoker. Taste number 2 is flexing behind me, and he wants my attention. Go somewhere.
Can I please show them my muscles?
No.
My muscles.
Go away.
He's trying to punch
Go.
me, but I know deep down it hurt his knuckles because I'm that swole.
It really didn't.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm really so swole.
I can't wait for school to start back up, and them to not be. Who
told me to get so swole? I should do like.
Can I please?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to find a way. Blind man says barbecue class of some sort. Quentin says, bruh, barbecue food. Okay, sorry. Heard that already. Another good one. Cooking class for money. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually like
Jimmy says you could come and cook a brisket for $100 a ticket.
Ooh.
Wait. Come and cook a brisket here for $100? I don't know.
That
yeah, no beard. Laura says, yeah, no beard here. Nope.
If you think about it, the online cooking classes, just like start a Zoom, be like, okay, everybody, pull out your whatever.
Quentin says, we ain't paying $100 for a steel drum outfit. We ain't getting no love in the club with that fit on.
Yes, you are. All the honeys are going to be on you. Trust.
Chachi says, firearm instructor to make more money.
Miss Shelley still needs to do her.
Whatever. I know. Quentin, damn it, you're killing me. You, damn it, tasting something until you're killing me. But then Dash, you would have to pay for shipping and raffle something off.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing is this, right? My hope is that when and or if I get the van fixed, I can travel with the van to whomever wins whatever it is that I raffle, and make content along the way. Jerry says, "Hey man, DeVille, what's going on, man? It's been a minute." He says, "But barbecue folks will pay $40 for a meet and greet, barbecue cook-off, and then you can raffle homemade steel drum and sell merch."
No, we don't have any honey.
Have any what?
Honey.
Yo, I thought it was just me that I couldn't find the honey the other day.
I want to make
You
honey.
gotta shit. I'll just pick up my prize.
Wait, let me
Quentin, you
check.
funny? Chachi,
Where's the light? Oh,
bro,
I'm just trying to find the honey really quickly.
there's no honey over there. Look in the refrigerator.
There's honey right here.
Where?
It was right behind one cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
If we move stuff around, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. It's a whole thing of honey.
That's new. No, that's not honey.
It's just honey.
That's sugar-free stuff. Is it or is it not?
The biggest word on this label is honey.
Yes.
The second biggest word is keto.
Yeah, it's a honey substitute. Honey substitute. No, don't use that because that's for mommy.
Can I ask mommy if I can
No, because she'll tell you, yes, you can use it, but no, you should not. Just use some sugar.
use some? I think the last thing was the same thing.
What did I
Last
say?
honey.
What did I say?
I can't use sugar for honey Old Bay wings.
That's not honey.
This will do.
It
It's
will
just,
not
I just
do.
need a glazing.
Trust me,
I
it
just
will.
need a glazing and a
It's
sweet.
not the same. You will be disappointed because when or if you taste that, it's not the same. Bruh, listen, honey, go in the refrigerator, look for one of those packs from
There's only one.
then use your one.
It's enough.
You're about to knock over one of those bottles. Please pay attention to where you're standing.
It's not enough for 8 wings.
So then you might be doing without. Do some hot wings. Chachi says, Quentin, everybody knows you won't win. Chachi said he'll gonna give me $100 for the 12th can. Are you gonna hang it up and memorialize it and put it in like somewhere where it can be prominently displayed? Because if you come and get Vanna, I will give you the 12th can with Vanna. The barbecue meet and greet is a great idea to raise money, though. Oh, I know, Quentin. The problem is just where will it be? And where's Kirk? Because Kirk has been asking about the Dash Bash for years now. Let me get my 5% for agreeing with the idea. No, Chachi, we're not feeding his ego. All right, not at all. I gotta figure out a fundraiser. I just don't know how to, I'll say, legitimately make it happen. But there's no honey up there. Oh, there is some honey in that drawer right there in the bottom, all the way in the back. It's like some raw honey. You gotta pull the top shelf all the way out. There's a white top. If it's not white, it's blue. All the way in the back.
Yes.
That's what I used the other day. It worked. It was really good. Let me see. Yep, that's the one. Don't turn it upside down because then it'll be on the lid. It's honey.
Oh. Okay.
Jimmy says Dash Bash. We can have it at Chesapeake Beach. Do you know how far away Chesapeake Beach is? I do know how far Chesapeake Beach is. Damn, you stingy. 3% and a to-go plate. Yo, Quentin does make all the money. I keep telling you dash bash. Well, I know, Jimmy. I know. You keep on. What is it? I was like, problem. But I really need to figure out where this dash bash could be. What we would have at the dash bash. And the main thing is going to be where it's going to be. Yes, ain't no sunshine. Honey does not belong in the fridge. Chachi, this is real raw honey. It does not belong in the fridge. Chachi he's got a complex or something where he feels that everything needs to be in the fridge. Like, but see, the whole thing is, if we do a dash bash, I feel like all of the smokers would need to be there. Not all, but some of the smokers would need to be there. Like, where could I have it? Like, that's close enough that I could transport the smokers, but far enough away where it's not at my house. I don't want it at my house. I don't. Trust me, I'm thinking about it because I have to do something. Bring your own tools. Jerry says you need a drink, my bro. I do. I got some brainstorming I need to do. I'm gonna say, really need to figure out how to raise, let's say, 10 grand. 10 grand should cover whatever costs I incur and give me a net profit to be able to repair Vanna. 10 grand. How am I going to do that? DeVille says honey belongs in the cabinet. It doesn't pour proper out of the fridge. There we go. Jimmy says my poor ass will show up and bring friends. That's what I like to hear, Jimmy. Chachi says we can have the dash bass in the best place. Bring it over here with the World Series. Bring it over here where they played in the World Series.
You don't got work tomorrow?
Quinn says I don't mean Chesapeake Beach City. I mean Annapolis.
Let me know when you go outside.
Annapolis is still pretty far. Susie says most city parks you can rent for cheap all day. Yes, indeed. I won't say, but the problem is there's always a snafu. Some of the city parks do not allow you to cook in them. And like there are state parks, and I could probably rent a state park. I'm gonna say the problem, Susie. Excuse me, but my issue would be that I would want to transport some of my smokers to the park to be able to use some of my cookers there. But I would. It's just a matter of trying to figure out where and or how to get my smokers to the places where I would want to. To showcase them. Conundrum indeed. can rent that area for the whole day and just have a good old time. Jax, I still need to come help us in Indianapolis. I mean, you know, I definitely would not be opposed to being, you know, doing the barbecue for hire thing. I just don't know how to charge for that. Chachi says, or dash, the worst case, you can just sell yourself. No. And you slide me 8% of the to-go plate at the end of the night. Bruh. Quentin is hilarious. I love Quentin. Fantastic dude. Fantastic, my guy. DeVille says, yes, you have enough smoker friends to pull a cook-off. Just like Art Fennell and the country style. He started with just friends and now he's huge in South Carolina. Yo, DeVille, let me just tell you, Art Fennell, bruh, if it's the same Art Fennell that my man went out and did like a whole hog cook, and he went to his family to do this whole hog cook, because Art Fennell, I need to look up and see if Art Fennell has done any more actual videos, because let me see. What are you talking about? What about it?
I said it doesn't taste good to me.
Oh. Art Fennell country style. I swear he hasn't put out any videos in a while. Oh my god, yo, he's still doing videos. I haven't seen his videos in a while. Cause I remember watching his videos from like last year. I could definitely, like, I'm sure some of y'all would be like, yo, come cook with me. Cause I could definitely cook with you. So I watched Art Fennell videos probably about a year ago. And then he like stopped making videos. And I hadn't picked up and seen his videos before. I see he's cooked the gator. There was a point where he made like 4 to 6 videos and then he stopped. And then I didn't see anything else from him. Well, he's definitely making more videos. Golly. I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to watch. Like I said, so Marcus from Crimson Creek put me on. He was like, yo, this cat, he just like me and my family. I mean, he was out in the country and he was talking to his uncles and his cousins, and they was cooking. Oh man, he got more videos than I thought. Okay, so 4 years ago, so God, it was a long time ago. It was way longer than that. So I watched 4 years ago the hog head cheese. So 4 years ago and then 2 years ago. And then it looks like, alright, so I watched the hottest pepper stuff. So I went back to the beginning. And then it seemed like for 2 years or so he didn't do anything. And then he just popped back up. Homemade wine, country style. And I didn't realize it that he started making videos again, because he made videos and this was a while ago, and then he stopped making videos, and then it looks like he started making videos again. So I'm gonna have to, I know exactly who Art Fennell is because I was watching him. Dash fans, oh, bruh. Hey, Laura, thank you very much for hanging out. She said, okay, I need some sleep. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. Good night. Take care. Bye for now. Enjoy the night. Peace out. Yes, indeed. Keep on saying no, and then Vanna will stay like she is. You're right, Jimmy. Jack says, no charge to sample my cooking, and I take donations. Or is it OnlyFans? It's OnlyFans. Grilled butterfly chicken legs tonight. Oh my goodness. Hog. You know what's funny? Marcus sent me a video of some dude doing butterfly chicken legs, and I'm like, yo, if I never eat a chicken leg again, it has been too soon. Hog said, Art has a country style channel. Great content. Susan said, I work security for a venue that has pop-ups. They allow outside cooking and setups the night before, like Elks Club, Knights of Columbus. I don't have to be a member, and your money goes to charities. Yes, trying to help you brainstorm. I want you to make this happen. We all do. Well, thank you, Susie. Appreciate you. So, Susie, I asked you a question. Maybe you missed it, but I was asking you how many briskets you had to cook, so we could kind of start trying to create some sort of timeline. And you know, here's the thing, right? I want to say, I want to kind of get into the wheelhouse of what it is I do already on YouTube, but maybe it's one of those things where I say, all right, you know what? Let's say $15, $20, you ask me a question, and I do a dedicated video specifically for you. But you have to, you know, do some sort of, you know, say paid, whatever, and I will answer a question specifically for you, be it during a live stream or however, and I can sit and answer your question how it pertains to however. That's just a stream, if you will. Jimmy says, yes, we all know Art. The dragon can't eat hot pepper anymore. No. So the first one, back. Susie said, I buy that video. Do it. I have to figure it out, and I have to make it make sense, right? And I have to make it, I don't say worth your while, but I have to make it, I don't know. This is hard. It's hard. So, but I will tell you this: with the fact that the kids are going back to school and my wife is back to work, things are kind of getting back to normal. I'm hoping that with me being here I have 2 days basically to film. I'm hoping that I can start filming me cooking something, even if it is just a, hey, I had a question that came in from such and such. Let me sit and take 10 minutes and answer this question in as great detail as I could. Quentin, that is a lofty proposition. I might have to go to Delaware tomorrow, but if I do not have to go to Delaware, I will be in for that. Grumpus says doesn't need to be a video, so 30 minutes one-on-one Zoom calls. Ooh, you guys are putting up some fantastic ideas. Yeah, OnlyFans, I don't know about that one. In depth. Dedicated in-depth cooking videos. Like, oh, we got to do the brisket comparison. That video should get you some good hits. Brisket comparison between a big green egg and what? I have a brisket I need to cook on Saturday. did you want to do a comparison between cookers or between like the brand, not brand, but the like? Did you order a Snake River Farms brisket, or what brisket did you order, Quentin? Because Wagyu and the choice. I want to say that's no contest, but Snake River. You have it already, Quentin? And you want to cook it on a big green egg. Keyboard sound like Doogie Howser. Yeah, it's so funny. Taste Hustle number 3 went through, I won't say went through a phase, but she went through watching like some older TV shows, and yes, Doogie Howser was one of the shows that she was watching. My man says, what if you make it almost like consulting? $20 gets you 10 questions or something like that. I agree, and I would love to do some sort of consulting type thing, Dave. It's just a matter of making sure that the value is there. Let's put it that way. And then how do I monetize it? But then also, and this is one of those things where I would like to monetize it, obviously, to go towards fundraising for my band. But at the same time, provide value for those that might not necessarily be in a position to be able to donate towards fixing a van. I don't quite know how to do that. I want to include everyone. Jimmy says, time to tap out. Have a great rest of the week, guys. Later, Dash. Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to say thank you in advance, sir. Jack says, dang, Dash, I show up late. You needing some spending cash. I need someone to help me finish the last S10 I'm building. So, Jack, it's not that I need spending cash. I need to fix Vanna. I have a, I don't say a want. I have a want that is a need to fix Vanna. Vanna has a blown head gasket, and I know that is, the repair is above my repair pay grade. Like, I'm pretty handy when it comes to tools, and I have a lot of tools. Buying new tools is like, I have zero problem buying new tools, but I just believe that the main tool that I don't have that I would really need is a lift. And I don't have a lift in my garage. I've got an engine hoist, I've got cherry picker, engine hoist. I even have a gantry. But I do not have a lift. There was one point, crazy enough, I reached out to Benpack, and I'm like, hey, dear Benpack, I'm a barbecue YouTuber, but I need some help. Maybe I should try that again. I don't know. Quentin says, you cooking them. Remember, I cook them both. Basically comparing if it's worth the extra monies for the top of the line fancy brisket. Quentin, I can definitely cook them, and I want to say you can come and observe, but I can definitely cook them. Blind Man Cooking says, paid Zoom consulting sounds great. Phil says, I've been away from your channel a while. You have cooked beef cheek, yet your bacon rib, it seems to be what everyone's cooking. One or two. Oh, and Alabama white chicken. I've been away from your channel a while. Have you cooked beef cheek yet, or bacon rib? Bacon rib. when you say bacon rib, like curing ribs like bacon and then cooking them. I've cooked beef cheeks. Beef cheeks are cachete. I've cooked beef cheeks, but when I've cooked beef cheeks, I've cooked them like in a slow cooker. Never smoked. What did I smoke beef cheeks? I did smoke beef cheeks, and I will say the problem was there's a lot of gristle and fat in the cachete, right, in the beef cheeks, and it's a lot of work. You can't just pull it. Like, you gotta pull out all of that extra fat and gristle that's in the cheeks. Quentin says I can have the brisket here in 2 days. Jack, it is a 6 liter. It's a 6 liter, not the 7.3. Hawks is you, less and country style collaboration. Breakthrough YouTube network. Man. Chacha said the main tool is a good head gasket, yeah. Grumble says if you are addressing questions on Zoom, that is value for one person. If you have 5 Zoom calls asking the same thing, the value is still there for that individual. You're right. Angela said, Dodd, did I miss everything? Yes, you did, Angela. We are done. I'm about to go to sleep. You missed everything. Everything. Basically, you were live streaming one-on-one on Zoom. I agree. The problem then becomes timing. The one night where I have, I'm gonna say, free roam, but the one night I have the ability to kind of drop that trump card and say I have a live stream is Wednesdays. Every other night, I feel like my nights are not my own. Yeah, Angela says, hey, Grumpus, welcome back. Missed you last week, indeed. How about a Rotary down in Madison, Indiana? They did mine in my place. A Rotary? What weight should I order? I see a lot of weight options. 14 to 16 pounds is perfect. Susie says, I know you already know this, but the Lord knows the desires of your heart. Ask him. The perfect answer and opportunity will come to you. Thank you, Susie. Goodness. Onion cutting ninjas. Oof. Grumpus says, Angie, life gets in the way sometimes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Blind Man Cooking says, what about Patreon on YouTube? I'm not sure if I spelled it correctly. I have Patreon. Patreon is out there, and I will say I'm getting a measly, but the it's about $40 I'm getting currently from Patreon that I get, and I feel like the Patreon patrons are donating to the cause, and I'm very grateful for and to them. I feel like I'm not providing the value that I should be to the Patreon supporters. Yeah. Quentin says, and we planning a cookout and fundraiser and my 8% commission and to go play. Oh, and then Marlon says, I'm starting an OnlyFans page. Chachi says, Quentin, you only know he ain't going to show up at his own event. Oh, you funny. And OnlyFans, I'll miss out on that. Jack says, I have a Rotary 1,200 pound 4-post. Oh, it's on my videos of shop. Only have 2 videos of Rotary 12,000 pound 4-post. But, so Jack, I'm gonna say problem. Oh, like a, when you say rotary, I'm thinking rotisserie. But, I gotta, I don't know. Maybe I'll you know, write another letter. Let's write that down in the brainstorming. Brainstorming. Right. And back. Again. And ask politely for a 10K lift. We shall see. Ha! Marlon, you got jokes? Marlon got jokes? That's a good profit margin. It's only $1 per show. Y'all, you know, y'all funny. Anyway, maybe, I'll say maybe we'll just put it to a vote and say, hey, point blank, trying to take this to the next level, another level, to do something, move forward, to keep moving forward. I don't know. 3 easy payments, yes indeed. Yes, for only 3 easy payments of $9.99, Dash will stop sleeping on stream. For $20, he can get 4, 5 a week, which is about 1 to 2 in his pocket after 6 is cut. Pretty much 3 easy payments. Yes. I'm glad you guys are having so much fun with this. Like, shout out to Bumpy and those who are watching this on the rewind. Marcus, you watching? Marcus, you here? Like, fundraiser. How do I raise funds? Like, I mean, yo, what's crazy is I have a metric ton of seasonings in my cabinet over there. My overflow is what we call it. How do I? Who is my new friend from last week? New friend? I didn't have a new friend last week, did I? Let me check. Oh wait, let's see. Dashboard. Marcus isn't a new friend, he's just new to you.
Honey old bags. Would you like one? It can't be a flat.
You said would I like one?
Yeah.
Alright, oh crap. I got it, it's fine.
Let me show you guys. Honey Old Bay wings. I made them myself.
Yes, taste testing them too.
It's probably hot.
It is hot. It's a little under cooked for me.
I don't think he likes it.
So, it's not bad. I'm just not a believer that Old Bay belongs with everything. I mean, it's not bad. It's just a little too salty for me. But the sweetness definitely offsets some of the... I can hear you all the way over here eating.
It's hot.
Yeah, but When I ate mine, that was just as hot. You didn't hear me chewing. So, thank you, Taste Tester number 2, for this honey Old Bay wing. It's not bad. It's just... Did you toss it in Old Bay or did you just sprinkle it on?
So, I put the Old Bay in with the
Stop
honey.
eating and just tell me.
I put the Old Bay in with the honey and I sprinkle a little bit Old Bay. These flats look really good.
It's not bad. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because I'm not from here that I don't think Old Bay belongs in everything. Not bad though. Quentin says, Bumpy, $30 instant regain. Yeah. Marlon said, we can all bet $1 on what time will... Oh, y'all funny. On what time Dash will yawn. $10 if you guess how many times. I'm gonna think low dollar and high volume. You might be surprised how many folks will send you $1 just because you asked for it. Marcus. So Angela, Marcus is often on the live streams. He's just not often on the StreamYard streams. Every yawn, my percent payment goes up. No. Number 2.
Yeah.
Angela said, hey, cousin.
Hello.
Pat says, been a while since I've caught you live. I've cooked a lot. Oh, thank you. I've cooked a lot of select brisket. Few prime and Snake River Farms brisket that I've cooked haven't been much better. I think I need more practice. Angela agrees with me. She says, because I ain't from Maryland. I don't claim to be from Maryland. It might be better if you start betting on when you fall asleep than donate to them. That's right. Donate to wake me up. Old Bay on wings. Did we not learn the ways of wings from that place we went to on his birthday? That looks great enough for the whole class. No. It's not bad. Proceeds to eat gristle. No. No cap. How's the stock doing? Time to sell. So there are certain stocks that I'm doing better in or with than others. I did actually invest in a company called QuantumScape. QS is the stock ticker. QuantumScape is a battery manufacturer, and they got a decent investment from Volkswagen. I read some news that Volkswagen invested in QuantumScape, and so I threw a couple dollars at it when it was inexpensive, and I said, all right, I'm gonna ride it, and it shot up like 20%. And I said, oh, you know what? I'm gonna take my profits out and put them into something that I can invest in something else. And that's what I did. But I feel like there are certain companies out there right now that, I got freaking honey all over my fingers, that I am like Tesla, Snake River Farms. Snake River Farms is it's not really a butcher, but they are a provider of beef, and they are one of the premier providers of beef for barbecue folks. So Marlon, I've done well on my Tesla stock. I've done well on my Facebook stock. AT&T and Verizon were down recently, and I invested. I threw some money at both of those stocks. I won't say in an attempt, but in an effort to kind of hedge my bets. AT&T and Verizon both are very flat. But when I started investing, they were up higher. So now that I've invested, of course, they've dropped down. So I want to dollar cost average my average down. But they offer dividends. My 401k, I looked into my 401k recently, and I got a late start on my 401k because the company I used to work for Lockheed Martin. They offered a pension. So when I first started working for Lockheed, I was like, if I knew now what if I knew then what I know now, I would have started putting money into my 401k or into a 401k in addition to my pension. At the time, it was just the pension, and then the company that I currently work for is a spinoff, or Lockheed sold a division, and it's now this current company. So my 401k is, only 5 years old, and I'm not quite at six figures in my 401k, but I have been looking recently into distributing or not divesting, but redistributing, reallocating my 401k. But I figure my 401k needs to be set it and forget it. I need to be more hands-on with my brokerage account. So that's been my modus operandi. Again, though, I'm a couple years behind. I'm gonna say 8 ball, but I'm a couple years behind in my 401k investing. But I'm investing a decent percentage of my pay into my 401k to try to make up for it. Anyway, what else do you guys have going on? Any hot stock tips? After we got back from this cruise, I started doing some digging into Virgin Voyages, and Virgin Voyages is owned by Richard Branson. Well, not owned, but it is a partnership from Richard Branson and a investment company, investment firm. So I purchased some shares in Virgin, the umbrella company for Virgin, which is Space SP. I think it's SPCE, as well as some shares of the investment firm, which is like Bainbridge something or other. So it's like BAIN maybe, or but it's Bainbridge something. How's my stock and cabbage steaks? Auto travel starting tomorrow. Seattle and Dallas. Nice. Oh yeah, well, Seattle. Steven says safe travels. Indeed. Where's my little cousin gonna be? Why do you have 2 cups? Yo, why do you have 2 cups?
Because if I got a bigger cup, Scott was complaining about me getting a bigger cup.
For what?
2 cups. It makes me feel like more water.
Why would he complain? Especially when your sisters were doing the dishes.
Well, they both complain. When they make most of the dishes.
But 1 big cup is better than 2 small ones. That's less dishes. Literally. Don't put it in there like that. Just drink 1. Or you could use your reusable container that you don't necessarily have to wash out right away.
Well, there's water in there too.
Shouldn't you be going to bed?
I'm sorry?
Shouldn't you be going to bed?
Me?
Oh, should be with you. Nice. Waking up at 5 a.m. is stupid. Dumbest idea I had in a long time. Tomorrow morning, I probably will get up at 4:45. I need to go charge my car tomorrow. Susie says, so before you go, smoke these briskets to get the smoke, finish in the oven, then rest, wrap, and recover prior to serving. I'm not sure if you said and I missed it. Hugs. So Susie, where are you? Just inquiring minds want to know. And yes, so finishing in the oven will allow you to free up space on your smoker to get the next batch of briskets going. Not only will it free up space in your smoker because you said you can only do 2 briskets at a time. I want to say, is there a way where you could kind of like layer the briskets or stack briskets on top of each other in order to maybe get 3? So let's say you have to cook 6 briskets, and as opposed to having to do 3 cooks, you could do 2 cooks with 3 briskets in each cook. That was one of the questions I asked you, how many briskets you had to cook. Finishing in the oven is, I won't say a touchy subject, but when you finish in the oven, I highly recommend that you put these briskets in, depending on how big these briskets are, put these briskets in aluminum foil pans. Finish the briskets in the oven at, like, let's say 300 degrees. So you're going to bump the temperature up to help the briskets cook faster, so that by the time the briskets are done, you can take the next batch of briskets and put them into the oven and finish them. Wrap the briskets up and put them into the refrigerator, let them chill. Now, my recommendation prior to chilling is going to be to slice the briskets ahead of time. Slice the briskets, put them in foil pans, wrap them up tightly, chill them. And then when you reheat everything is already sliced and ready to go. All you have to do is reheat everything. And when I reheat things, or when you do reheating, our recommendation is 250 degrees in the oven again for about 45 minutes to an hour. But you want to take a little bit of that jus. Once your 45 minutes, an hour is up, you take some jus that you captured off of the brisket, because once the brisket is in the pan, that when you're reheating it, when you're finishing in the oven, that brisket will produce jus. You pour that jus, off, separate the fat from the jus, and you reintroduce that jus back into the brisket once you are finished reheating, to help maintain the juiciness of those briskets. See if you can invest into fake Peloton. Oh, you so funny. Wow, 6 weeks yet to meet up with you. Oh. Jack says, Dash and Group, me and Betty are shutting down for the night. Still in the shop later. Be safe. Hey, Jack, thank you very much as always. Betty, I'm so sorry, Betty. I did not say hi to you earlier. Hopefully you are feeling better, feeling well, and healthy enough to kick Jack in the tail for always complaining about his barbecue. Eric Moreno says, hey, yo, great Scott. Susie says she's in Texas. All right. I like it. No, Texas isn't a huge state. Steven says, hey, guys, I'm out. Had a long day today. Everybody have a great evening and week. And until next week, hey, Steven, happy belated birthday again. Enjoy your, enjoy your day because it already passed. But thank you, as always, for hanging out. Eric says, what's up, brother? Been a minute since I dropped by. Just wanted to say hi. Hope you've been doing well. Yes, indeed, Eric. Eric, it's been... We had a wave of Erics, and Eric Moreno was one of the Erics that was here pretty regularly when there was a reign of Erics, and he was one of them. Everybody saying goodnight to Steven. Quentin says, Ange, I'm working primarily in DC. I haven't needed to go to the office over at Roslyn. If I knew over there, I thought I can do work. They're in the office over there. We just have to coordinate. Yes, coordinate. Angela said, oh, Angela, How did that thing turn out with the interns? Angela said tomorrow's the last day here in a minute. Yes, Angela said happy belated birthday, Steven. Happy belated birthday. Oh boy, boy, boy. Mm-mm-mm. All right, we are almost at the 3-hour mark. I guess I can try and guess we can try to get it to the point where we can get to 3 hours. Eric says, "Oh yeah, there were a bunch of Erics hanging around. Don't know who was who. Sure enough, it was like like Eric. Oh Eric, Eric. Yes, Eric. Hey Eric. Goodbye Eric. Hi Eric. Welcome Eric. Eric. This is a new Eric. Oh my gosh, Eric." As the presentations are tomorrow, so the teenager whose idea was pissed, but everyone else whose idea was pissed, but everyone else liked that they got to see my car. Nice. That's cool. Sending you an email right now. Hold on. Me an email? Oh man. I might actually have to check my email. Dang. Gmail. Oh, I got it. Oh.
Good night.
Good night. Hey, did you? Oh, your brother's cooking something right now.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for the wing. It was actually good. We will talk about it, Marlon. We gotta figure it out. That's the problem. May is still school time. Eric says, "Am I still an Eagles fan?" Is water wet? And is the sky blue? Better be a contract. Look, Angela says Eric has jokes. Yeah, right. See, Angela knows. Shoot. I feel like I can break out into rendition of "Fly, Eagles, Fly." just by the mention of that, Eric must be in Texas. I can't remember where all of the Erics. Oh, see? He said, "Go Eagles." Yep, definitely. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Soar, Eagles, soar. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high. Watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly. On the road to victory. Eagles, Eagles. See, we can talk food. I'm just in the business side, yeah. Eric about to, grand opening, grand closing. He about to get put on timeout. He ain't even been here in a couple months. Hey, Chachi, this one is reserved for Eric. Oh man, my eye is itching all of a sudden, Eric. Clinton said that is a fantastic way to end the stream on the Eagles fight song. Yes, indeed. Marla said only lame teams have a time song? A time song? Oh gosh. time song? I mean, are we talking about herbs? We're not even talking about the real game, like the real fight song. We talking about herbs? Talking about an herb song. I wonder whose theme song is like basil. Ooh. Or rosemary. Ooh. Basil and rosemary. It's another herb. Who else has a herb song? What if somebody got like Quentin said Marlon's accent came out in that message. Well, see, he wasn't talking about wrestling. He wasn't talking about wrestling. So, I don't know. I don't know. Theme song. Lame team. Lord have mercy. Oh, shoot. Eric said the Eagles are winning the ship this year, baby. You know what? Look, as my mother would say, from your lips to God's ears, okay? Thank you, Eric. I appreciate the vote of confidence. Oh, boy. Bro, whatever sauces or whatever you use, please make sure you put those bags back up in there so they don't fall out of the refrigerator. Thank you. Well, it says wash your mouth out in the zinc. Yeah, definitely.
Upstairs? That's your fault.
My father-in-law still says zinc. Eric says Eagles, not Cowgirls. Yes. He doesn't understand how this works. Slander. Why is taste tester number 3 up? Taste tester number 3.
Yes.
Angela wants to know why you are awake.
Because it's summer. Ouch.
She said because it's summer.
It hit my hand and it hurts.
They have 2 weeks left to kind of stay up. She should be in bed. Quentin said, ain't no water coming from the faucet. Nope. The water must be off. Did you pay the bill? Or maybe there's a water main break outside. Marlon says, right, taste us at number 3. Because there isn't school. Yo, I must say, speaking of not having school, we drove back from Florida and we stopped at Buc-ee's on the way back. Bless you. I had a sliced brisket sandwich and I had a sliced turkey sandwich. Yo, that turkey was bussin'. It was bussin'. It was good. Really good. Dude said the Eagles winning the ship. Yes, indeed. As if my baby is asleep. Yeah, your baby is a little baby compared to this little baby. She's not a little baby over here anymore. Taste test number 3 is not a little baby. Them sandwiches was okay. Speaking of which, so my wife, Smagitches, smackages. Speaking of smackages, Marlon. So my wife saw an Instagram post. And she sent me said Instagram post. And it was of a cheesesteak place in Baltimore. And it supposedly has Baltimore's biggest cheesesteak. I might be willing to agree that it has Baltimore's biggest cheesesteak. But one problem. One very big problem. It had Baltimore's most over-seasoned cheesesteak. First and foremost, it seems like they use a seasoning salt or something in this cheesesteak. And the worst part is, when I got the cheesesteak, they ask you for a phone number to, so you can be alerted when your order is ready. Now, usually I'm wearing something that says Still Drum Smokers all the time. This particular day, which was yesterday, I had on a plain Jane Grey t-shirt. I'm like, I'm gonna rock, I'm going incognito. I go into the spot, place my order. I order a cheesesteak, provolone, mayo, salt, pepper, ketchup. And she said, well, maybe you don't want to put. She said, I'm gonna give you the salt and pepper on the side because it's already seasoned. Susie, I know you're new here. I'm gonna take this off just for the moment, just because I'm gonna respect you're still a guest here. Next week though, it ain't gonna be what's happening. So I placed my order and I'm like, yeah, all right, well. So she said, well, I can do all of those things, right? And I'm like, all right. But she warned me that the steak was already seasoned. So I'm like, okay. So I order a jerk chicken cheesesteak and a cheesesteak with, what did I get on it? Oh, like I said, I asked for salt, pepper, ketchup, mayo. When she gives me my cheesesteak, 15 minutes later, so she gives me my cheesesteak. And she asks me, well, when I was placing my order, she asked for a phone number. And then she said, well, what? She said, that phone number, that prefix or area code. She said, is that a Pennsylvania area code? I said, yes, it is. It's Philadelphia, right? My personal cell phone number starts with 215. I said, it's Philadelphia. She said, oh. She said, I thought that was Pennsylvania. I said, not only is it Pennsylvania, it's Philadelphia. I said, so I'm judging this cheesesteak harshly. Just a heads up. She said, oh, okay. I think you won't like it. I'm like, all right. Back out to my car, I sit in the car, wait for, it's like 15 minutes later, my phone buzzes, your cheesesteaks are ready. I go inside and I'm like, yeah. So she says, do you live near here? Do you live down here now, or are you headed back to Philly right now? And I said, nah, I live here. I live on the other side of town though. I live across town. She's like, oh, okay, because, I was trying to get your first impression. My first impression of the steak? She's like, yeah. So I open up the bag and it's a fork in the bag, so I take a forkful and I taste it and I'm like, this is wrong. This is not how this is supposed to taste. It was seasoned. But it wasn't seasoned like salt and pepper. On a cheesesteak, salt and pepper is all you need on a cheesesteak. Salt, pepper, cheese, ketchup, maybe some hot peppers. If you're into fried onions, or if you're into raw onions, or you're into sauteed onions, whatever the case may be, put that on your steak. I swear to you, they use some sort of seasoning salt and like some onion powder and maybe some garlic powder. It was too seasoned for a cheesesteak. Now, also, while I'm thinking about it, you know, it's one of those things, didn't really think about it until afterward. And, you know, we had a day late and I'm $40 short after ordering this cheesesteak, right? I asked for ketchup, mayo, salt and pepper. She put the salt and pepper, they put the salt and pepper on the side. They put the ketchup on top, right? But they drizzled the ketchup on top. They also drizzled the mayo on top. Who wants to eat mayo on top of their steak? The mayo needs to be on the bread. And then also, again, now that I'm thinking about it, hindsight being 2020, they put the provolone cheese on top of the meat. Basic cheesesteak building orientation. Bread, mayo, cheese, meat, toppings. If the toppings are mixed in with the meat. Say that again. Bread, mayo, cheese. Well, let me say that again. Bread, mayo, if you are so inclined, because I know there's some people that don't like mayonnaise. Quentin, Angela, I'm looking at both of you. Bread, mayo, meat. Some toppings mixed in if you so inclined. Like if you want peppers, if you want hot peppers, okay? That is what belongs on a cheesesteak. And then your ketchup needs to be on top. Like the very top thing is going to be your ketchup. And the sprinkle of salt and pepper. That's how a cheesesteak is made. Don't put lettuce. Don't put tomato. That is a cheesesteak hoagie. That's a completely different animal. But this cheesesteak, the bread, I will give the bread credit where credit is due. The bread was soft. But the bread didn't have the correct order of cheesesteak operations on it. It wasn't there. Only salt, pepper, ketchup, some banana peppers, meat, provolone. Yo. Green Bay, and we are winning the third pick of the draft this year. Yeah, Susie, I'm not new. Just new to the chat. Oh, really? Really, Susie? Really, Susie? I thought you was new here. I thought you was a guest. It's all right. Exactly, Angela. Maybe I was passing through or something like that. Why was it a fork in the bag? That's a waste. So, Angela, the steak really, like the to-go container, and I if I wasn't being lazy, I would get up and go show you the to-go container. They put, like, the bun spans the entire diagonal of a to-go container, and then they put the meat, like, double scoop and put the meat over top of the entire thing. It is a lot. It is probably the biggest cheesesteak in Baltimore. Sister says I'm sweet. Sweet haha or sweet? Nah. Yeah, the fried onions. I kind of sort of feel bad now. Don't feel bad. Ketchup, yes. God, thank you, Angela. Don't feel bad, baby cake. Dash. I'm just being a sore. No, I'm not being a sore loser. Look, like I said. Oh, okay. Well, Quentin, I'm sorry. My bad, homie. My bad. So you had a steak and cheese. I always make that distinction in Maryland. You get a steak and cheese because they never mix it together. Yes, and Angela doesn't like mayo. Mayo is the lubricant for the bread and to keep it from being dry. Quentin, you have no idea. Like, I feel like I need to talk like this because you understand. Eric, how you gonna claim Susie saying she's your guest? Eric, guess who's not worried? Oh, guess what? He also has 2 thumbs and 2 fingers. Marlon says, good night, everyone. Have a great weekend. See you next week. If it ain't good, then it's a waste to be the biggest. Thank you, bruh. Bruh. Angela, no truer words have been spoken. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Yo, Angela, hit your cousin up. Hit your cousin up and ask her how distraught I was when I got home with these two abominations that I had. Ask her how distraught I was. Ask her how distraught I was. Because I was talking about driving to Philly yesterday to go to D'Alessandro's to get a cheesesteak. Because she made mention of this cheesesteak place, and I had breakfast. I ate some cereal like about 10 o'clock in the morning. And then I didn't eat lunch, and I went to go, because taste tester number 1 went to like practice baseball, whatever. And I said, all right, you know what? When I take him there, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to go get this cheesesteak, run some errands, and then come pick him back up, and then come back home. So mind you, it's like 5:30 at the point when I get home, right? And I take another forkful when I get home, like, did it get any better? No, it didn't. And I also ordered a jerk chicken cheesesteak. Yo, this jerk chicken cheesesteak, they must have just used like a bit of jerk sauce or something in there, because it wasn't jerk. It wasn't jerk at all. Not at all. And Mrs. Dash was like, oh, the cheesesteak is salty. Like, whoever seasoned it, 1, they seasoned it incorrectly. 2, they over seasoned it. When I say the dejection, nah. Ketchup is a good lubricant too. Quentin says I'm Audi 9000. It's only 5,000, and he says 5 a.m. is stupid. Y'all be easy. Safe travels, Ange. Dash, let me know about World of Beer. Yes, I will. Jerk. Maybe that was the seasoning. It was not. No, it was not very jerk. It was not very anything. Quentin, I will let you know. So, like I said, I'm possibly going to have to go up to Delaware tomorrow. The missus is talking about getting her niece and nephew once removed. She calls them her great niece nephew, grand niece nephew. I don't know. But Angela and I have determined that it is a niece and nephew once removed. When we looked at the family, like the family trend chart or whatever. Anyway, I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted, Quentin. You won't be home until probably closer to when game time starts anyway. All right, well, we are over the 3-hour mark, and hopefully you guys, I'm going to say, appreciate my cheesesteak rant. Grandnephew. No, we look. Well, I want to say when we looked into it, it was like nephew once removed. Niece's son. So it's 2. It's a niece and nephew from her niece. And I thought we determined that it was a. Oh wait. No, because you're my cousin. Your kids would be the once removed because your kids are the next generation. But doesn't the same hold true for her nieces as her? Is it grandniece and nephew, or is it niece and nephew once removed? I feel like we need to look it up again. It's been too long since we looked it up. So her niece's son and daughter is what I'm trying to determine. If it's the grand niece and nephew or the niece and nephew once removed. grandniece and nephew. Huh. All right. Well, and that's what she was saying. But I was like, no, I think it's once removed. But I think the once removed connotation is because you and I are cousins, and your daughter is my cousin once removed. I feel like we need to look it up again, but not tonight. Anyway, what's better? Oh my God. What's better? Geno's, Pat's, or John's roast pork? Geno's and Pat's do not belong in a sentence with John's roast pork. From what I understand, John's roast pork is pretty good. I have not had a John's roast pork cheesesteak. This guy doesn't eat pork, so I won't go. I won't say I won't go to, but it's just not my place. Where my favorite cheesesteakeries are closer to where I grew up. John's roast pork is in South Philly. I grew up in Mount Airy, which is the whole other side of the city of Philadelphia, to be, we had places like Pagano's and D'Alessandro's. D'Alessandro's, in my opinion, is the number one cheesesteakery in Philadelphia. There's people who want to claim John's roast pork, but I'm not. Nope, I'm not there. And definitely, Pat's and Geno's do not belong on a top anything list of cheesesteaks in the city of Philadelphia. So if you go there, I know they have cheesesteaks there at John's roast pork, but it's just not my place, my preferred place to go get cheesesteaks. Like there's a place in the Northeast, it's called like Steve's Princess Steaks or something like that. Just never been there to be able to form an opinion. But the cheesesteak that I've gotten from D'Alessandro's has been spot on. Like I am, oh damn, that's what I said I was going to do tomorrow. Quentin, shit. I said that if I didn't have to go to Delaware, and I was going to drive to Philly just to go get a cheesesteak because I was so disappointed in that cheesesteak I had yesterday. That's what I said I was going to do earlier today. And Eric, I have heard the same about John's roast pork, and I'm not taking anything away from it. It's just, it's just not my local cheesesteakery, as I like to say. My cheesesteakery, the one that is near and dear to my heart, is a place called Pagano's. But Pagano's has fallen from the throne, and the place that has ascended is a place called D'Alessandro's. Hey Now says, do you still cook with Teflon non-stick pans? They be toxic, and Teflon is a forever chemical. Hey Now, thanks for that. And I'm going to say, hey now, it's time for me to go to bed. Funny though, my wife and I were just talking about increasing our cast iron cooking. Anyway, thank you guys so very much. Hey, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up on the way out. I'd greatly appreciate it. Those of you who are watching back on the, I want to say live stream, what's the place near my mom's used to go to? Explorer's Den? Is that the one you're talking about? Explorer's Den was right by LaSalle. That's another one that's like top 10. Hey now says, hello, good night, stay blessed. Well, hey now, you stay blessed yourself. Yep, Explorer's Den. You know. So what's funny is you ask Uncle Calvin, the people who own D'Alessandro's, or at least the people who own Explorer's Den and Pagano's were the same people. They own like 2 or 3 different cheesesteak spots. Eric says, go Eagles. Yes, indeed. Appreciate the vote of confidence, my man. Definitely. Good looking, Eric. Appreciate you. You know, I know it's been a while, but thanks. Yes, Explorer's Den was owned by the same people who own Pagano's. And I think also possibly D'Alessandro's, but I'm not 100% sure. I was to ask Uncle Calvin. There were like 5 cheesesteakeries that were all owned by the same person. All right. Thank you so very much. Don't tell Laura that I just, did the Y word. Really can't thank you guys enough for being here. If you haven't already, again, hit that thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it and you. It really doesn't. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. It really helps these videos. It helps me feel better about doing these videos, and it helps my channel. So thanks again, as always, for watching, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget, rewatchers, rewatch gang down below.